Hey, Dragon Folk. How are y'all doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing fantastic, enjoying their fancy cardboard. So today is actually going to be a video on Double Masters again. I am making this at 10:30 at night, and I need to go to bed at midnight, so I'm kind of going to make this a very short rant video. But I've done a couple things since, kind of going over more stuff for Double Masters. I ended up watching live on Twitch, which is where I stream sometimes. So feel free to go ahead and head on over that way. I'll leave a link in the description. But on Twitch, we were playing some Arena. But before I started playing Arena, I actually watched a box opening from Good Morning Magic, which is it's one of the Magic the Gathering's employees, like YouTube, Gavin. And so Gavin had opened a draft booster box of Double Masters 2022 and a collector booster box of Double Masters 2022. And this is right around the time, now that everything is spoiled, this is right around the time you're going to be seeing a lot of these. You're going to kind of be seeing people start opening them up for their stores, and YouTubers are going to open them up for stores that they're affiliated with, and so on and so forth. And that's going to kind of be a good indicator. This right now is going to probably affect box price for a good portion of it, but it also might not. Another thing, specifically talking about box price, is that for those of you who were not able to get your pre-order of Double Masters 2022 draft boxes for $230 to $250 a piece, you guys, everybody, including myself, I wasn't able to do anything like that. That is obviously a thing of the past. Those boxes are going for around $400 right now, the draft boxes. So very, very expensive. But more importantly, if you did get one to pre-order at $230 to $250, depending on where you pre-ordered it, you may or may not be seeing your pre-order be canceled sometime in the near future, because now everybody's kind of getting their allocations for their stores. They're trying to figure out, we ordered X amount of boxes and we got like a fourth of those boxes, because Wizards obviously is having distributing issues, and whether or not they call them distributing issues or if it's actually just like them hoarding product and kind of leaking it out to the public, but they are a lot of LGSs, a lot of different distributors and stuff. They're not getting a whole lot to give out. So people will have their pre-orders canceled. And more importantly, there will be some LGSs and some people on eBay and some people on TCGPlayer who will cancel your $230 pre-order because they would rather somebody else pay $400 for their pre-order. So I've seen that happen over and over. Personally, I did this exact same thing with Flesh and Blood Uprising, right? Flesh and Blood Uprising is coming out, or is out, I guess, currently right now, due to be out in like a little bit. And the set was I bought a case like way back in the day for like $400 for a case. Well, the price of a case dropped down to $340. So I was like, well, I can save myself some money by just canceling my pre-order and then pre-ordering it again at a lower cost. There's a lot of volatility with pre-orders and how that works, but just kind of keep a general idea and an eye out on that. If a seller is honoring your $230 to $250 price for a booster box or a draft booster box, great. If they're not, obviously this is just what happens with the entirety of Commander Legends 2 kind of being a flop for a lot of sellers and a lot of LGS and a lot of stores. Double Masters is essentially the golden ticket to getting funds back after such a poorly sold and poorly, what do you call it? A poorly sold, poorly liked by the public set. Not many people liked it. I'm not going to lie. I think Commander Legends 2 is really cool. But I also do like Dungeons and Dragons lore. And I can understand that the draft aspect of this is going to be really, really good. But as far as collecting and everything like that, I think I'd rather just buy the singles. But not enough of Commander Legends 2. Nobody wants to hear about that. Back to the video I was watching. So I was watching Good Morning Magic. I was watching that channel. And they were opening a box, right? Literally like the day, like last Friday or something, I was watching it. And while opening the draft booster box, I noticed that while there are more packs, I think there are 24 packs in there, I want to say. 18 packs. You know what? Let me just, I can check right here because obviously I'm looking right at it. There are 24 packs, 16 cards per pack. So 24 packs, not a ton of value throughout these 24 packs that I watched him open. And that is kind of saying something because it is the more expensive box. I'm not sure whether or not the draft box is just the allocation is bad and that's why people want it. Is it because it has more packs in it and so you have an opportunity to get more stuff? Like, there wasn't as much spice, you know what I mean? And I think the real reason behind the fact that I don't really like the draft boxes is because at the end of the day, it's for draft, right? You get a Cryptic Spire and a token in every pack, and you get there's a bunch of these commons and uncommons, and like your rares and mythics are like, here or there, right? But as far as actual value from the set, it may not be that high, right? The packs may not equal out to the amount that you paid for it, right? I don't think that you are going to be able to, unless you get like a God box, you're going to be able to make $400 out of this draft booster box. What I will say, though, is you probably have a good chance of getting $300 from going with the collector booster box. Now, the collector booster box is only for roughly $300 right now after tax. So $300 a box per, and it only comes with 4 packs, right? But what is guaranteed at the end of every one of these packs is a foil, borderless, rare, or mythic. So it's already in the art that everybody's going to want. There's no extended arts or anything. It's all either borderless or not borderless or foil etched, right? Those are the only rarities you're getting. They cut down the amount of different card types you're able to get. It's borderless, foil etched, and base, right? So at the back of every collector booster pack, you are guaranteed one rare or mythic that will be foil borderless. And after I do my math here, okay, so something all of you can do is you can go to TCGPlayer and you can also filter through everything. So if you type in borderless in the search filter, and then you go and choose Double Masters 2022 as the set, you can then choose rare or mythics in there, and it will only show the rare or mythic borderless cards in the set, right? Because there are borderless uncommons and commons as well. So those are things to look out for. Which you also do get in every collector pack, 2 foil uncommon or commons, borderless. So you get those as well. But like I said, at the end of that pack, you are guaranteed 1 foil, borderless, mythic, or rare. From what I can tell, and what I remember from the website telling you what you're going to get at the end of the pack. So not only do you have a chance at a foil etched card, which will, depending on the card you get, go for a lot, right? This back slot also is where the textured foil stuff can come from. So let's also add in the, 5 textured foil cards? 4 texture foil cards. I think there are 4 or 5. I can't remember. So add those in there, right? And obviously those, if you get those, you're good. You know, those will definitely pay for a collector box. But the currently pre-sale pricing for cards, which is never a great thing to really go off of, but it is something that you can kind of see because people are starting to price them as such. The lowest cost card in foil borderless that comes in Commander Legends for a rare or mythic is Anger of the Gods borderless, which currently on TCGPlayer is selling for $50. $50. I'll even show you. There it is. $50 this is going for. And that is obviously pre-sale, right? Pre-sale, not a very good, idea. But if that puts it into perspective, these VIP packs, which are, these premium products at roughly about $300 a box, are going for $75 a pack. So if they're going for $75 a pack, and your lowest cost card to get and is at least guaranteed in the back of every single one of these packs is going to be $50 or higher, the odds of you making your money back are pretty good. Not to mention probably better, considering unless you get an Anger of the Gods at the back of every one of your 4 packs, then, it is what it is. But the amount of mythics people pulled, or that Gavin pulled in this, the amount of just utter spite. I mean, go watch the video, right? I'll see if I can link it somewhere over here. If it's not up here, it'll be in the description. Seriously, go check it out. He goes through that entire draft box, and I am like, okay, cool, whatever, right? Like it's a lot of reprints, and that's cool, but nothing really like hits home, other than like I think he pulled a Mana Drain. But the collector box, the 4 packs that he got, each one containing a foil borderless card at the back of it, a foil borderless rare or mythic, right? Pulls nuts. And it definitely would have paid for a box. The cards he pulled in that box, if they were to sell for the pre-sale prices that we have them there, they would definitely pay for the box. Now, remember, we're going to go over this, and I'm going to use New Capenna, Streets of New Capenna, as an example, right? For those of you who don't know, I probably haven't made a video on it, but maybe I did. I'm actually certain I did. I can also put that somewhere. But Streets of New Capenna, when it came out, the list slot in the set booster boxes was changed. Normally, there's about 300 different cards, all uncommon through common through mythic cards throughout Magic's history that have been specifically chosen and are thrown into the set and then put into the list so that when you open cards from the set booster boxes, you have a chance to get a card from the list. That card is one of 300, right? Well, with Streets of New Capenna, what they did is they reduced that list significantly to about maybe, I think, like 65 cards. I'm sure that number changes every time I talk about this, but roughly that's like 65, 67 cards. All of them being rare and mythic. They took out all the other rarities, so no uncommons and no commons in the set box in the set list. It was just rares and mythics. Now, what most people think is, oh, good, that means that these list cards will be more attainable and it will be easier for people to pull them so that they can play. And that's correct, right? That is correct. People want that. That is a thing that people want. But what it actually did was ruin the market for those cards, because having them so easily accessible in Streets of New Capenna, a set that was widely opened and is still in print because it's still the newest standard set and will still be printed probably for a while, these list cards went down in price a lot because they were more accessible, right? You're at least guaranteed anywhere from like 4 to 5 list cards in a box, and any of them could be like Sakashima Student, or Vampiric Tutor, or Mikaeus the Unhallowed, or Sensei's Divining Top, right? Like, these are all things that could have been in there. And those are powerful cards that are used in many different formats, and that is why it was such a big kind of downfall to have them so accessible. It's much like what happened with Modern Horizons 2 and the fetch lands, right? There were so many of them opened, so many of them put onto the market that eventually their rareness was gone, right? Like, it was no longer like oh yeah, I have to buy like a $50 card. They're like $20, right? And that's pretty hefty for something that is like used in a lot of decks. So what I'm thinking is that the collector boxes, for those of you who are going to be opening collector boxes of Double Masters 2022, you are going to have to understand that there probably will actually be a big dip in price. So with there being a big dip in price, because a foil borderless rare or mythic is guaranteed in the back of every one of these packs, the odds of you pulling something really good increase, right? I think the only thing that is bordered comparatively is that this is still a premium set and you're still paying almost $300. You probably are paying $300 or more for a collector booster box of 4 packs, right? That is a premium product. And unfortunately, that is if you don't have the money, you're going to have to skip this set kind of product, which is stupid, because why gatekeep other people from playing your game and having cool reprints? But I get it. They have a business, they have reprint equity, they have a thing they're doing. But it is definitely not great. It doesn't look great for them. But I think the biggest takeaway from all this is that you need to make sure to look at the prices, right? Look at what everything is. If you feel like you're going to miss out, right? If you're having mega FOMO about this, right? Personally, I think the collector boxes are the better way to go. And the only reason I say that is because you're at least guaranteed very beautiful cards and rares and mythics more than anything. The rares and mythics are the real like reprints that people want, other than like the people who play Pauper, right? Pauper like the common reprints, and those will be widely accessible. But the rare and the mythic reprints are what people are going to be wanting because they're usually harder to get in other format or in other packs. So buying the collector booster boxes, you will definitely make some money there. I also think if you want to keep sealed, collector booster boxes again are a fantastic way. Unless you want to, spend the $400, you can do that and buy a draft booster box, and you can draft with your friends, or you can just keep it sealed and draft with your friends in like 10 years or sell it in 10 years. I'm sure the product is going to age very well because it has a lot of very, very good reprints in it. And they're all in a borderless art pretty much. And they have textured foils, which, of course, we don't know what the future holds, but as far as we know, this will be the only set that will have textured foils in them. More specifically, the Eldrazi, Renin 6, and Liliana the Last Hope, in a textured foil version of itself, right? Again, you could buy the singles, right? But those are going to be expensive, and who knows what the print run is like, right? Because if this ends up being something that's like super sought after and people are buying left and right and all over, it's going to be the supply is going to be so low on a regular basis that we're going to have to wait for a wave probably several months from now, whether or not they decide to even do that. They got to get ready for Unfinity, which comes soon. I think like 2 months. Also, Dominaria United comes out. That's a big deal. There's a lot happening still. A lot of wallet fatigue, a lot of big problems. But, you know, WotC knows what they're doing. And there are people who have the funds to enjoy this premium set. I would be happy to open a collector booster box for you guys. Unfortunately, though, I do not have the funds to do so, but hopefully in the coming few weeks, I can get the funds to do that, and we can open a Double Masters 2022 box live here. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not really too biffed about it. At the end of the day, I'm a collector, you know, and most cards that I open, unless they're for battles or box breaks or something, I usually just sell them immediately on TCGPlayer because I don't have the group. I don't have a play group in person, and most of my time is spent on Arena anyway. So I don't really have the means to do that. But one day I will, and then everything will be different. But until then, this is just a PSA from me to you to, one, make sure that your pre-order didn't get canceled if you got it for cheap. If you did get it canceled, I'm sorry, right? This is just the name of the game. If a LGS decided to just close up shop and take the thousands of dollars in pre-orders and just leave, I also apologize, right? That person is going to run to the hills, and you probably won't get your money back unless you paid with a credit card or you had some kind of like insurance protection on something. But I don't even know. I don't even know if that's the case. But check that stuff, and then also let me know in the comments down below what you guys are going to get, right? I mean, like I said, I want to have the collector boosters. I think there's more value in them, even though there are only 4 packs. But like I said, $75 a pack is better than the Double Masters VIP stuff that is out right now. That's like $200 a pack, and that wasn't too long ago. Which means that if this is $75 a pack, and it's got cooler reprints than the last one, then the odds of your box going up, probably even doubling within the next 6 months, are probably pretty good. So, but of course, I'm not, not a fortune teller. I'm simply just a man here looking at a bunch of cards and predicting the future like most of you are. So, yeah, thanks again for hanging out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's another talky video. I want to try and hopefully get a box sometime soon that I can open for you guys because I want to open more cards. And I also want to get some more arena content going so that way we can kind of start getting more into the deck building aspect of stuff and checking those stuff out. I know when Dominaria comes out, we're going to have a lot more arena content coming through. But until then, I am just going to keep on hoping that one day I can crack open anything from Double Masters 2022. So thank you again. Make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff planned for the channel. We're almost at 50 subscribers. So hopefully we can make it there soon. Hopefully by the end of June. But if not, hopefully by the end of July. We're on an uptick, so I'm hoping to keep it that way. And yeah, make sure to make it a great day or not. The choice is all up to you. And I hope to see you all in the next video. All right, everybody. Nerd out.